Good day, ladies and gentlemen out there in the universe. Welcome to another edition of our Wolfpack Disc Fantasy Disc Golf League weekly discussion. This week, we're discussing the Turku Open in Finland. We're here. I'm Dick. We got Zac O and our esteemed host, Mr. Brian Papa Wolf Frawley.
Zach, I don't know if you've noticed, but I think Richard's trying a little too hard to keep those eyes open today. Must be the
I know.
allergies in Detroit.
So bright in here.
Yeah, yes, it's so bright in there. Yes, welcome back. We had a wonderful weekend for disc golf, especially those of us who like to watch disc golf, because we got to watch a lot of disc golf on TV, two different apps this weekend. We got to see the Turku Open over there in Europe and the uh International World Games Association.
That's the one.
Is it? Okay. Yeah,
You mean
well,
you mean the thing that stole a lot of the best players in the world from Turkey?
yeah, I think, well, Richard, we can go right into that conversation. We definitely stole or the international, let's just call them World Games for short today. The World Games did steal some of the top talent, i.e. the Americans. By the way, USA, we won, red, white, and blue. Well, I don't know why there wasn't more of a celebration on the internet about that. Maybe it's just because like I'm full of Americans, but if
Yeah.
I had more European friends, I would be tagging them and reminding them that we're at least number one in this sport in American football. We got those two things going for us, baby. Basketball. I don't think we're gonna get beat in basketball too often. But anyways, let's move on. Um, we saw Kristen and Silver Lot on Team Estonia. We saw Richard's FPO champion Sophia Donachie and Thomas Gilbert representing Canada, amongst other players. Evelina Salonen was on Finland, and we could go on and on. Annika Christensen was out there representing Norway. It was cool. I just personally, as a disc golf fan, one of the things I wanted to do just to show my love of watching the event is I found all the players and went onto their Instagrams and tried to follow them if they had them. I didn't get all of them, but I think I got most of them. Just I thought that was cool to see some of that coverage. But Richard, did
Yes.
Turku suffer as far as talent wise? Because I don't personally think it suffered entertainment wise, but talent wise. Do you think it suffered? With the travel with Ledgestone this upcoming week, I think may have, threw a monkey wrench in there as well. Richard, your thoughts? Turku, still good? Still up to snuff?
They were lucky that they had such great endings on both sides of the field, men's and women's. If there was a blowout of some sort, it would have been, very noticeable. But because it was exciting and entertaining, it didn't suffer that much. But also, you're like, okay, well, look at all the players that weren't there. And so, congratulations to the champions, but they really beat the best in the world. I don't know.
Richard, while we're here discussing this and congratulating the champions for the world, Richard, who won MPO and FPO?
Ezra
Ezra, who?
Robinson,
And he won MPO, and who won FPO, Richard?
my workhorse, my favorite lady, Silva Saarinen.
All right, we're just making sure Richard's paying attention before he starts talking
Come on.
too much poo-poo about the competition. Speaking of the competition, Zach, do you recognize names like Calvin Heimberg, Mari
Yep,
Vildman, Lori
yep,
Leighton, Aaron
yep.
Gossage, Isaac
Yep.
Robertson? He's a two-time world champion. Vinyl
Mm.
Makula, Richard Wysocki, he's a two-time world champion. Did we suffer with talent, or was it
You
still
know,
cool?
if I had to make a tier of saying the level of talent at any given event, I would say it's probably A minus in that area rather than the A plus that we see at Worlds when everyone shows up. But like this could happen at any weekend, right? You could have a number one in the world get hurt, take a week off, and all of a sudden does that mean that weekend is any less? Maybe, but I think that there was enough talent there for Ezra to walk away from this event saying he had to win a tour event. I think it was a quality enough. Ricky and Calvin are two great names. Isaac Robinson played well. Nicholas Antala, who's been spectacular pretty much all season, he struggled at this event, but he was there. So he still had to beat them. I will give him credit here. There were Americans present. There were relevant Americans present. The whole European field pretty much was there. Props to Ezra. He had to perform down the stretch, and he did.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Not trying to take too much off of it, but Gannon wasn't there. I mean, that's just any tournament he's not there. That's something.
I don't think he would have been there anyway. I think he might have taken it off anyway after winning Worlds to go to Ledgestone, if anything.
Yeah, that's fair. Definitely, both world number ones were not there, so I see your argument when it comes to that, Richard. That being said, as our game becomes more global, and we're going to get to a point where we have multiple Pro Tour events in the same weekend happening, Europe, America, maybe Asia, all at the same time in the future. If this was the bottom level of event for the weekend, I would still be satisfied. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
I loved watching it. I was very excited to see it. Yeah, no
Yeah.
complaints about the experience and the entertainment factor. That was very good.
Yes, no complaints. And speaking of no complaints, I'm sure that you may have some, but I don't when it comes to our overall record in this wonderful thing that we do here. We do fantasy every week. It seems like the season has gone on. Came down to really just Zach, me, and Richard talking at least. Brother Joel still actively plays and is engaged, but he is still scared of the internet, to my knowledge. Team Stamp West, he's a busy man, and we know that Cam likes to play disc golf the most, maybe out of all of us, so he's busy throwing those frisbees with Chris. But we look once again, this past week, we were looking at the individual scoring, if you will, of this fine event. And we look down. Oh, it's not in there yet. We'll get there soon. Skip Ace not updating fast enough. Just blows my mind. Like, come on, we have the technology. Like, we'll go over to the
The,
league. We'll go to the live scoring. We can look at it
I was
this
gonna
way.
say the important thing here is that I finally lost while standing on 2 feet here, not losing to a -50 result at the end of the event because I forgot to roster players while working at an event in the weekend. So nicely done there, Brian. Finally taking me down to my first, what I'll consider my
He
first real loss.
he had two severely overperforming players on the women's side. They
Sometimes that's what you
both,
need.
I know, but that was for both of them to be what, second and third place. That
Yep.
was ridiculous.
I call it scouting and drafting. They've been on my
Oh,
team
okay.
most of
All
the
right. Yeah,
year
yeah, yeah.
once we've come to Europe.
Come on.
The fact that I could identify both of these fine women in a crowd means that I am actually a fan. I know what they look like and her blue hair. It's going to be
It's Tink.
an exciting time once we get to America because all these great names that I've been using hopefully come back. Rosters do unlock at 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. Eastern, I believe, on Tuesday for those of you that are playing Skip Ace along with us. So take a look at that. Uh, Europe was fun. Let's throw it. Let's look back over the last few weeks. Give me a little 60 seconds. What was your thing that stood out for you? What do you like the most as we close Europe and we close our international swing, if you will? I'll start off as you boys think. Just want to say I was grateful for 3 a.m. starts on my couch. This I work in the school district now, so I have summers off, and I took full advantage of watching a lot of frisbee golf this year. So it was a great summer for me watching. Can't look forward to that. Thank you, Europe, for putting on some entertainment for me. Zach, what you see in Europe?
You know, European is coming. That's my takeaway here. In years past, European Open, all that stuff, or the Champions Cup, or whatever we want to call that, when we compete, it's always been, man, Kristen Lott is the best, and everyone else can suck egg. It just wasn't close. It just wasn't. This year, that specific competition wasn't very close in my mind, but every single event, it felt like there was a whisper of some European trickling up the leaderboard higher and higher and higher. And I really do think within the next 5 years, we're going to see our first European world champion MPO side. We already see the dominance on the FPO side. It's already happened. It's already there. But I think the MPO is coming fast. You have young guys like Larry. You have Mari. What's Davidson as well?
Lowry, Maury, and Towery.
I
Yeah, I
hope
mean,
so. I hope so.
they're so good. And you're saying it earlier that you hope they come to the United States right now and compete as well. We hope to see some of those Europeans be able to transition and finish the season in the United States. Nothing would make me happier as a fan to see more of them here and to see what they can do on our stage as well, because I think they're going to shock a lot of people.
Richard, Europe.
I'm up.
Yeah, Europe.
Oh, I don't know. I just think the way it ended there in Turku on both sides, and I weirdly thought, even though Silva wasn't winning that last hole, is like, oh, if she messes up and Silva parks it or whatever, then it's gonna go. And same thing, like Ezra skipping over that hay bale. He won. Like that was a $4,000 skip or whatever the difference was between first and second place. Like think about that. Just this much over that.
And I'll take a $5 skip in a round, please.
I know exactly,
Please.
exactly. So just think. I just remember thinking like how much money that little skip over the hay bale got him when 95% of the time that's not getting over where it lands. It
Yeah.
just barely fluttered over, and the look on his face is just. And he knew it like right away. Like, yep, exactly.
Yeah, we had, oh, excuse me, long
You all
day for
right there?
me. Yeah, getting old there. But we did have a couple MPO players make that putt during the final round to save their
Hmm.
score. So that was cool. Tossing back over to the World Games real quick. That's something we don't get to see every year. I hope that you get a chance, if you haven't, to download the World Games app and watch some of the coverage. It's totally worth watching. A little jumpy, but Brian Earhart is there to help guide you to what you think you're looking at. Alternating shot doubles was a unique format,
Yeah.
Big
not
fan.
not used in any PDGA major. So that was cool to see that as far as that goes. Personally, I liked it. I think the most interesting thing that I heard over the time was a number, and the number was the amount of people that watched it on local Chinese television that day that it
Ooh.
was on. Richard, do you care to guess?
I mean, 3 million.
Zach, do you know the number?
I don't. I unfortunately, when I did watch it in the background while I was working, it was on silent, so I didn't get to hear the number. This could be anything.
I
It
want to
just
change
could.
mine. I want to go to like to 15
Okay,
million.
okay,
I'll keep it. I'll keep it on the low end, just so we have two different things here. I'll say a million.
okay.
It might be a little under, but I would say a million. We'll just. What do we got?
I don't know what the number for any of the times that we've been on ESPN or CBS Sports is,
Hmm.
Sure.
but I'm going to wager a guess that it never got over 1 million people in the United
I,
States.
that's probably fair.
Live viewers. I'm saying live people
Correct.
sitting down to
Correct.
watch. It was never,
Public television. Yeah.
yeah.
The
Uh,
difference between us and China is there's a billion people in the
yep.
country.
And 15 million of them watch
Wow.
disc golf.
Was that right?
Yeah.
Was that actually?
Yeah, you were.
I just made that up.
So I don't know a lot of details of it. I just kind of heard, like when I looked up at Turku and saw people weren't there, that's when I realized this was happening and clicked over to figure when and where to watch and stuff like that. There were three things that kind of came to my mind. One, that course being in the middle of that city was crazy cool. Like it just looked awesome. Two, watching an event that was run by an organization that had money flowing into it that was not DGPT, and not shamed at DGPT, but like you could clearly tell they had dollars in the back for this whole thing that wasn't just a few grand to go at this disc golf thing. Like the potential, like if you were standing on the outside, it was like, wow, like you adjust these things, this could be much, much, much bigger. And then three, the format being so different as it was interesting to me as like a true disc golf fan, just watching different types of disc golf. I'd love to see what it looks that course specifically even on an individual thing. I don't think it's necessarily challenging enough for a pro tour stop, but just really interesting to like they all showed up and played it around there. Plus, the marketing in China is huge. The outreach in China is huge. Like to expand the market, expose it to 15 million new people is an awesome thing. I hope they ask for it again. I hope they beg, can we get another one? Can we get more of this? Like I hope it blows up.
Richard, go ahead.
This is a precursor to the Olympics, in my opinion. They they're gonna see this, see how successful it is. They already see the global growth of disc golf. I mean, there's way more disc golfers and bobsledders or whatever bullshit sports there are that are in there still. It's like, come on, if we're gonna play this game and there's so many people doing it, let's get it in there. Let's get in the Olympics at least. Like do a test trial somehow. Like it's gonna be there next like
For
3 to 4 Olympics. It'll be in there.
I'm doing a quick search here.
No,
I do,
I would argue that we're pretty far away from an Olympic, and the only reason I say that is because there are countries with significant disadvantages. Look at
Mm,
England and Rachel Turton's partner.
yeah,
yeah, but that's so many sports.
But
That's all,
I get
I'm
that, but like there's a big difference between Gannon Burr 1051 in America versus England 973. Like why make this a sport? Give the trophy to Gannon and move on. Like
yeah.
I think it's a test run, but I don't think that we're close enough in the next Olympics or two even for us to get to that jump.
I can't argue for you on that point, Zach, because there was
mhm.
breakdancing in the Olympics, and
Yeah,
there's also flag football this coming year
yeah.
in the
Like,
Olympics. So, like,
what
but
country has a bigger advantage than like
I'll
in flag football?
happily be wrong. I'll happily be wrong.
Yeah.
well, I've got an interesting update.
Okay.
In the year 2029, Zach's going to take out a loan. He's going to buy 3 plane tickets. He's going to take Richard back to his homeland, where the World Games are happening in Germany in 2029.
Deutschland.
And we are gonna go watch disc golf in Germany. So Zach, start saving money. Really appreciate you taking the three of us over. We'll do a live broadcast from the International World Games in Germany. Very kind of you to agree to this.
Brought to you by
Uh,
Crew 42.
brought to you by Crew
Yes,
42.
exactly. You get your
I don't know why,
credentials.
Brian. I thought
Get your
that was
credentials and we'll film it. It'd be awesome.
I already have permission to film majors and stuff for Crew 42. I already
Yeah.
got that. I for whatever reason when you started that, I thought you were gonna make a joke about Jackie Chan. I do
No.
not know why that like we're gonna go back to his home country. I'm like, that's not true.
Taiwan.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad he did really well, by the way. Good prediction.
Hey, he did better than somebody that was not there. He was only minus 45, so 5 points better than it could have been. And whatever.
As we move towards the later half of this television show before it gets off the rails, and you know how off the rails it is because I called it a television show like I was in
Ooh,
1930s Europe. Um,
nice.
anyways, yeah, brought to you in living color. Um,
Technicolor.
Technicolor, that's it.
It's
Yeah,
brought to you by your mother.
yeah, she's our number one fan. We appreciate her Facebook likes.
Mm.
Um, you know. We look towards the future and we have my favorite swing. I know Worlds is a big deal. Everyone loves Worlds. It's over. We moved on. We've got 3 in the Midwest coming up: Ledgestone, Idlewild, Glow. We've got heat. We've got humidity. We've got interesting courses.
It's gonna be real
Um,
hot.
it's gonna be real hot. The If you're still watching this at the 17-minute mark or whatever we're at, uh, I hope you're obviously a real disc golf fan. We appreciate you. Go to the Disc Golf Pro Tour standings and look at the cut line right now. Like if Tour Championship is happening tomorrow, what surprises you? Two of the things that Zach and I noted earlier that before we turn the record button on is that Daniel Davison and Laurie Lightnin, among other European men, would be in the top 32 for the American Pro Tour, well, Disc Golf Pro Tour in general, because it takes the European
Yeah.
thing away. Yeah. So I hope I looked real quick. They're not signed up for the next 3 events, but I wish I was a billionaire And I could just text them and be like, I'll cover your flight, get in there. Because I just think that that's cool that because of their events in Europe, they have swung so far up. The FPO is even more interesting with some of the names that have gotten hot over the last few weeks in Europe. Um, they're going to have to go to 32 on women, Zach, aren't they? Right now, they only take the top 16, but it's going to get real close, and they're going to have to take 32, I think.
Yeah, I think for quality of field, I think like a 24 is better, and then
They,
partitioning that bracket a little differently. But I mean, if they continue to grow, especially at the rate we continue to see young teenagers excel in the sport in the FPO side, within a few years, we may see it expand to 32 because we're going to see an explosion of young talent just on the tour all the time.
I think you're
I
right.
agree. I agree, but also then expend the men's because the whole game's growing on both
Yeah,
sides.
I feel that.
I
I
think it's
feel
at
that.
the same amount. I mean, women are definitely coming in faster, and we love to see that. But there's a lot of men getting just outside of that line that are
I see. I think the argument
studs.
for not expanding it will honestly be the lack of ability to transport themselves from Europe to America. If that's
Yeah,
honestly going to be the hindrance here. It's like, why expand it to 64 if I'm going to invite 20 Europeans to come and then 18 of them decline because they're not able or don't want to spend the money to get over there to compete? It might not be worth it, whatever, right? And so, like, that has to be a part of that decision making process. But as it does become more global and pros become more financially viable by just competing, then it will expand in both of them quite
well,
significantly, I imagine.
the simple answer is you make it so they're guaranteed a certain amount of money just to come play. It's an appearance fee. You get a couple $1,000s or something like that, whatever
Oh
makes it
yeah,
worth it.
yeah, I
If
get
we can
that, but
get to
there's a
that
difference
point,
between
yeah,
100%. But it's a difference between saying, "Hey, Gannon, pay $200 to drive your truck from one place to one place to compete.
yeah,
Hey, Lottie, pay $2,000 to get a ticket, come up, and then win maybe 2,500 if you don't do well, and go back."
right.
So, like, at some point, we might be global enough to that the tour has to start saying, tour championship in the United States, tour championship in Europe, and go back and forth to give them the opportunity because you can't keep it. That's the thing. They can't keep excluding them. I mean, we're seeing it right now. You just pointed this out, Brian. We see more Europeans, great Europeans in these standings than ever before. You can't ignore that they're performing against the best Americans when they wiggle their way over to Europe, which means you have to give them opportunity if they're going to perform against the best. So like they can't ignore that. At some point, they're going to have to make a decision on how to make it equitable for them to be able to compete for that money, for those opportunities as well.
Yeah, I agree. There's 18 spots on the FPO side of the Tour Championship. I apologize. I said 16 earlier. Let's play America's favorite game, in or out on the FPO side. Right now, if the tour ended, uh, Zach, would Katrina Allen be in the top 18?
No,
Incorrect. She is the 17th.
but at least she
Z
was at the edge.
Richard Engelmann. Would KT Tati be in?
Yes.
No, she is ranked 20th currently. Let's see. Zachary, Sophia Donachie, in or out?
Oh, um, man, she had some good finishes this year, didn't she? I'm gonna say out.
She is number 19. She's out
Yep.
currently. Richard, your European knowledge is very impressive. We know this, so you'll know the answer to this one. But Ida Emily Nesse, is she in or out?
Out.
She is in. She's currently the 18th ranked player. She is ahead of Katie Tati, Madison Walker, Ida Letamaki, Rachel Turton, Raven Klein, Jennifer Allen, Deanne Carey, Allie Smith, Kona Star Pate, and Lisa
Your girl
Freitas.
Turton. She's better than Turton?
Sh
That's crazy.
That's crazy to me. Turton has
I knew
top
that's what you were
top
talking about.
six to everything. Sorry, my folks.
Yep, but then you go look at the Europe Disc Golf Pro Tour Europe standings, and Turton is third, I believe, in
Yeah,
FPO.
so
So
you're third in Europe, but can't make it in. Oh God. Oh.
I think that that is, in a nutshell. I know that last year, 2 years ago. Oh, stuck. I'm in a nutshell. I did purchase the European stream for the Disc Golf Pro Tour. I thought it was worth it. I'll probably be doing that again. this upcoming year. But the more we watch, the more exciting it is. I would much rather pay $20 a month than buy a new frisbee or whatever it is because that is
Exactly.
entertainment. I discussed recently with my friends, Richard. I know that you don't necessarily agree with me on this, but I love football, NFL, college. You can flip flop. It depends on the game. I love it. And then right below it now, my favorite sport to watch is disc golf. Like football is number one. Go Bills, go Notre Dame. But right now, uh, I would rather watch disc golf than even like March Madness. I would rather watch the Worlds than March Madness. I'd rather watch the Worlds than the World Series. I'd rather watch the Worlds than the Stanley Cup. And I love the Cup.
I I agree, except for the Tigers. Like Tigers playoff game, that's going to be better than Worlds for me.
Yeah.
But like Worlds is better than a regular season game. So I mean, but no, I
Zach,
mean, I
Zach, do you
bleed
feel the
Tigers.
same
So
way when it comes to chess championship or intramural soccer? You still a bigger fan with disc golf than those things?
Yeah, I'd even go as far as to say that as growing up, I'm a big sports fan. So like for me, I'm football and basketball flipped compared to you, so I'd rather watch March Madness than disc golf right now. But football, I'd watch it over that.
Yeah.
But for me, I've always wanted to put ball golf in the background on a weekend, and that's really easy to stay focused, do stuff, and you check in from time to time. There is no doubt in my mind that if I had to put something on that I didn't have to pay attention to right away, but I
yes.
wanted to know what's going on, and that's the
Hmm.
critical thing here, it's disc golf. I also like to sit down and watch it. Like this is the sport where this happened earlier this year. You can ask my wife. We're just at the home. I told her, everyone shut up. Calvin's got a one-stroke lead at a major, and we have 4 holes to play. We're gonna go watch this, right? And the house just shut down. We turned off, whatever my son was watching. I'm sorry, we gave him the phone, whatever,
Yeah.
and we turned it on because we watched disc golf, 100%.
Yeah.
So like that right now, absolutely agree with you. I have my favorite sport that happens, more mainstream, but disc golf is just the number one thing. If it's not my top tier sport, if it's not my number one thing, disc golf is the next option, 100%.
Love to see it. Makes me a fan. Hey, we're going to wrap things up here. If you are local in Michigan and you're headed to the Michigan Amateur State Championships, we have a booth at the Fly Mart. Come by and check us out. I don't know what we're going to have, but Richard said he's going to bring some discs from his basement,
Oh
which is
yeah.
always
There's going to be
fun.
some weird shit up in there.
Yep, you never know. You could buy a wolf hair wizard for a mere $100. Don't worry about that.
No,
Nope, more than that.
no.
We'll mark
Need
that up.
another zero.
Richard is now selling wolf hair wizards for $1,000, folks.
Exactly.
You can pick yours up anytime there. Hey, Zach, are you filming any of the next 3 events?
For digging?
Yeah,
No.
cool. Well, we're happy to have you
I,
in West Michigan then. You know,
I will be filming the only non-tour event, if you want to call that. I'll be at CCR.
okay, yeah.
So
Well, that looks fun, and good luck. Say hi to Wes and everybody in Lansing for us. We'll be back next week with the Ledgestone recap. That is next week, I believe, mathematically. Yep, we are already there. Wow. Ledgestone. Whew. Good
You
luck
know
to
what I'm
everybody.
excited about?
Oh,
I'm
what?
excited that the Finnish national tournament is going on, and so my best two players are not going to be there. It'd be good.
well, welcome to my season with Chris Dickerson and Evelina Solomon.
Fair enough.
Hold on. Before we leave, we have to find out right now if if the season ended right now, which is, by the way, 28 players on the MPO side, not 32. Would Chris Dickerson make the championship?
He's close. Uh,
No.
Richard with
I would say
affirmative
no.
no.
I
Hmm.
would. I could see him sneaking in into like the 27th spot, but there's no. I don't think he's above that because he's missed too many events, in my opinion. He's like missed, I think, 4 or 5, and one he dropped, 2 of them he didn't perform at, and then the other ones he's had a 14th, he's had a couple near top tens. I'm gonna say he's just out, but I won't be surprised if he's in that bottom 2 or 3 people just sneaking in.
I originally said there was 32 spots. If I said that, he'd be in, but there's only 28 because he's in 32nd currently. Uh,
No.
I think if we look at Ledgestone, Idlewild, and Deagle, I would expect him to put down three decent
Yeah,
scores there.
yeah, he'll get in if he does
I'll
all
say he'll
Um,
get
those.
in.
Yeah, if he plays
I
them
th
all.
I think he'll get into, I believe Luke Taylor is the first one out right now to give you
Ooh,
how
yeah.
competitive it is. Some MPO players in the top five, like Ezra Aderhold, have
Yep.
already played enough of the qualifying events, so they are
All right.
starting to get rid of some of their lower ones, if you
Mm,
will. Um, and Kyle Klein fell out of the top 10.
Yeah.
Yep.
He needs some strong finishes coming up. And honestly, this deglow might be one of the most important deglows we've seen in the last 10 years because of Worlds implications next year. And this is the cut year, meaning it will be cleaned up more than it has been in the last 4 years. So, like, players are really going to come to dial in this course. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple of Europeans make last second decisions to sneak over this way.
I love the fact that I've tried to close out the show like three times, but we just keep getting distracted about cool things. And you know what? That's what disc golf's all about. So I do like that. I tried to do a quick, that didn't work. Um,
I got more in the chamber. We can talk about more stuff.
go,
go for it. What do you
No,
got?
I'm just kidding.
Nick,
Everything that's in my head is
Zacho,
mean.
Zacho. I always love your questions. I really do. What do you got?
what do you got?
Everything I have is actually mean. The only thing I would have said is to the
That's fine.
IWGA. The one thing I was a little surprised about was to see the lots not finish in the podium. I was a little surprised to see them falter at the end there and not get that.
Where,
Yeah,
were you really though?
I know. I was wondering
I,
how
I
that was gonna go.
I watched this more than I watched Turku, if I'm being 100% honest here.
Yeah.
Did you watch the American versus lots?
Yes.
They're pretty much tied through, I think, nine,
Yeah.
10 before they faltered at late. Would not be surprising that Gannon and Misty clutched up. That wasn't the surprise. But like
Yeah.
they're going 9 holes toe to toe with the best team there by a mile. I was a little surprised to see when they transitioned over for the medal round that they weren't able to put down 9 dominating holes before letting a couple go. It didn't matter, and they were going to take it. I was a little surprised. Um, that just a little sad to see it too. I was kind of hoping she'd podium, have like a little win after the meltdown at Worlds, but didn't happen. I was definitely rooting for her though.
Yeah, it was good. Her shot through the mandatory circle sculpture was
Yeah,
pretty cool when she actually made that. You didn't get to see a lot of people go for it, so that was cool. That was just kind of like her showing off, like when a quarterback just throws it 70 in the air just to prove that they
yeah.
can.
The
Hold on, real
that
quick, your Deglo update.
oh yeah.
I have on the FPO side, I want you to know there's two regional qualifier spots and two Sunday qualifier spots not filled. So outside of that, we have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight international players. Eight female
Mhm.
international players. Rebecca Don, Chantel Badinsky, Sophia Donachie. That's three from Canada. Go Canada.
Yep.
Hannah Blumrus, Evelina Salonen, Silver Saarinen, Annika Christensen, Matilda Ringbaum. Notice a key name we don't hear there.
Lot.
Yes, indeed. On the MPO side, we have two disc golf, a disc golf exemption, an event exemption, two regional qualifiers, and the traditional Sunday qualifier. We
I want to guess
have,
one. Can
okay,
I guess
go.
one of them?
Yeah,
Jakub Samarad.
he is our only player from the Czech Republic. Next.
I know Larry and David are not there. Mari, I don't think is planning on traveling. Um, I can't think of
Simon
his
was that?
name.
What was that, Richard?
Oh, yep.
Simon.
Well, in the PDGA, Simon is listed as from
Uh,
Grafton, Massachusetts.
yeah, I know.
Randy Duick from Belize, Thomas Gilbert from
Yeah.
Canada, a silver lot, that is interesting, from
That
Whoa,
Estonia.
wait.
Albert Tom from Estonia,
What?
Nico Ratia from Finland, Jesse Nieminen, Jonan Heinonen, Vinyl Makula, Samuel Heinonen, and Nicholas Antila, all from Finland, and Freddie Meza from Mexico. So
Ooh, can I
that
make
is, yes, go ahead.
make one prediction here? I
Yep.
predict that Lot will play CCR, not Silver. Silver may play too, but I'm gonna guess if Kristen comes over not playing D-Glow, but she does end up playing CCR.
That'd be
That
wild.
that would be wild and fun and worth going to say hi, I think, if that was the case. So that's cool. Hey, we've filled up. We did a full 34 minutes. We're gonna shut off any second here. So say goodbye.
Bye.